In terms of the box and packaging, it's the artwork on the box that's pretty impressive. They didn't cheap out on the box. You've got a nice gloss to the box. One of the Skeksis on the artwork here. Chronicle Collectibles, Jim Henson Company on the bottom here. Another world, another time in the Age of Wonder. But very nice box. Skeksis Castle, scaled replica. And I got number 80 of 325. Very low number on this castle, 325, and that's probably one of the reasons that it's sold out. Maybe they didn't realize how popular this license would be, but I'm glad it's a low number, which makes it a much more valuable collectible. So if you can find it anywhere, from what I've seen, it's sold out, waitlisted, but if you can pick it up, try to pick it up, and it's worth having. Man Productions with another statue review, this time coming from Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal. Whether this is from the Dark Crystal original film or the Dark Crystal Resistance show, I do know that this came from the actual 3D model from the Jim Henson shop, which was scanned by Chronicle, and this is how the statue was made, so it is an exact replica of the film used prop. I've been a huge fan of the Dark Crystal ever since I was a kid, and was extremely happy that Netflix stepped up to the plate and did the Resistance television show, the series that just aired on Netflix. It's an amazing show. If any of you are a fan of the Dark Crystal and have not watched that series, I believe it's about 10 episodes, please get on it because it's incredible. So I do know that Chronicle is doing some Dark Crystal license stuff, and I know that the Weta shop also has a few things. I have ordered the Skeksis statue from them, which was around $500. But this is indeed my first Dark Crystal piece ever, and this was purchased on the Sideshow Collectibles website. I believe it is waitlisted now or sold out. But if you can get your hands on this, definitely get it if you're a fan. It's actually a lot smaller than I expected it to be. I thought it was a little bit bigger. That's my fault for not looking at the original dimensions. But I can say that the detail is great. I mean, this does come from the original mold or the 3D mold that was made, and Chronicle did scan that mold, and this is what you get. And basically it is a replica of the Skeksis castle, and it's an iconic piece. Even if it's not that big, it's still probably the best statue of the castle that I've seen so far. I'm very much looking forward to getting the Skeksis statue, which is going to go next to it in the collection room. But I wanted to give you guys a quick overview of the statue and the detail. And here it is. It's got a beautiful logo here of the Dark Crystal right on the base. The base, nothing that great. I mean, it's, I don't know if this is made of polystone. It's got some nice texture, but the castle itself has some amazing detail in it. Almost looks like an ash texture, and you can see all this detail here. Actually, there's I mean, you can make out so many things here, and I'm not sure if this is what it was supposed to look like, but you can actually see the head of a Skeksis here, and also here it almost looks like one of their heads. So it's quite interesting to look at. I'm sure I'll spend some more time to look at it. So there are things here that are not done by accident. It wasn't just put together and shuffled together. There is some details here that I think are supposed to look like something specific. Here is, oh no, this must be that that insect looking monstrosity from the original film. But here's a quick turnaround of the whole castle. And I'm really happy to have this because I have nothing from Dark Crystal, and Dark Crystal was a big part of my youth, and I'm sure for a lot of you as well. Seeing that as a young lad, I think a lot of us were pretty traumatized by the movie when it did come out. It wasn't really a children's movie, and the series on Netflix I don't think is a children's show either. It deals with some very serious themes, even though it's just puppets, and another great thing that the producers decided to do is to not go with a cartoon or animation, and they went with a full-on puppet film, obviously enhanced with some CG and some animation, very subtly when it's needed, but the effect is just amazing, and it needed to be done as a full-on puppet production. And I hope that this opens up the door for some more Dark Crystal world building, whether it be a feature film. I just hope the studios get on it, because there's an amazing world to discover, and so many different characters and so many different clans. But this is the castle. The Skeksis Castle from the Dark Crystal by Jim Henson, produced by Chronicle Collectibles. Pick it up if you can find it. Richie Man out.